Good evening, Facebook. Welcome back to another
Hello.
live Tweed Talks Monday night. When you come in, say hello, say hi, tell us what you did this weekend, all that good stuff. Let me share this on my page. Boom. Okay, it's done.
It's done.
It's done. It's done.
I
All
got it.
right, wonderful. Our guest is already in our virtual green room. We're going to chat a little about what's been going on with you, sir, right?
Um,
Yes, we are.
well, there's a lot of things going on.
Yeah,
Um,
you're a busy dude.
I don't have those things here. I don't know.
My legs are long and he keeps jamming the computer keyboard into my knees. I'm going to have to back up.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. So I got an award this weekend, as you know.
Yeah.
From the Chamber of Commerce,
Mm-hmm.
and that was nice. What's interesting is that people were telling me about the award. They said, "Hey, we heard your name," and I'm sorry to say that I wasn't putting on the radio a lot.
Oh,
And
yes, yes.
so when people were telling me outside, congratulations in your word, and I'm going like, what? But
Yeah, so we didn't have a chance to hear the ad.
on
It
the
was
radio.
playing on the local radio station.
Right.
Shout out to WSUL, I guess it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't get a chance to hear it, but
But the kids were telling me about it.
yeah,
It's
it
hot
was
in here.
really. You're hot. It was really
A little bit.
nice. Really nice.
It was really nice, and
Lots of honorees at the gala.
yeah.
Hi, Dee. Welcome to the show. I have to say it was a really nice event.
Mm-hmm.
There were lots of people there, so very heavily attended by local folks,
Mm-hmm.
dignitaries, law enforcement, local business owners. So that's what this gala awards dinner was for. It was to honor local businesses and the people that run the local businesses, and they gave several different awards. There was, I think, business of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Your award was diversity and inclusion
Which
in
is
the workplace.
one of my favorite words. Um, I think that I'm going to mention something, not today, but on my next book about something that happened. Um,
Would you stop that?
who's here?
Okay, so I know I've said this before,
It's
guys,
called
but
a
if
teaser.
you notice every time I like reach for do something, like I reach for the cup and Pedro reached for the cup. I think it's quite cute.
Well, when somebody yawns, right?
When
Then you
someone
yawn.
yawns, it's
Yeah,
contagious. Yes,
it's
yes.
contagious.
That is true. That's true.
Mhm. So listen.
Who do we
So
have tonight?
well, let me talk a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh,
then
what
we
do we?
get to, and you did this weekend.
Oh goodness, I almost forgot. Yeah, yeah. That was fun, and I haven't had a chance to work with the Sullivan County Dramatic Workshop for several years. It's been
Mm-hmm.
maybe about 6 or 7 years, just because I'm doing a lot of other things that, when you do, and anyone who's ever done theater specifically, it's a huge time commitment.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Mm-hmm.
huge time commitment because you have rehearsals several days a week, yada, yada, yada. So,
I didn't even know how long you were gone because
uh,
I think the last time that you did a play, I felt like I had to cook a lot, but this time I didn't feel it.
yeah, so the rehearsals were on Zoom, and then we didn't really get on stage until maybe like the week before the show because it was sort of like a radio style show, so
Mm-hmm.
scripts in hand. And one of the things that they were looking to do is they wanted to show the audience like what exactly goes into, getting actors and actresses on stage and what
Mm-hmm.
goes into a production. And also it was a fundraiser for the literacy volunteers in this area.
Mm-hmm.
So it was wonderful because one of the characters in the play could not read.
Right. Don't
So
give it away.
Well, how else are you gonna know about it? I'm not gonna be reprising that role. Not that I know of. So I guess I can.
Well, we don't know. The writer seems to like you. Yeah. Well, our guest tonight
Yes.
is Karen Goeller,
Mm-hmm.
who I happen to know for a very long time.
Yes.
Beautiful person, beautiful personality. And we seem to travel parallel because, she writes a book, I write a book. She does movie, I do movie. She does gymnastics, I do gymnastics. As a matter of fact, remember when I did Mystery or Laura?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Right. Well, she did that too.
Oh, yeah?
And remember that I have one of my gymnasts, Laura, try out for that, and she was one of the gymnasts.
Yes.
Guess who played the coach?
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay, so I did know that.
Yes.
Because I remember we discussed it before. I did know that.
Right. So she played the coach for that.
So
Yeah, that's
funny.
It's funny. But yeah, we've been running parallel, but she has a lot more books than I do. I mean, I just have like a few, but this is one.
Yes. Remember Missy's Voice? Yes.
And remember,
love that one.
And she was one of the first, on the first week, one of the guests that we had on the first week of when we're doing Tweed Talks.
All the way back in 2020.
And look how much we had grown. Look how much we had grown. And we had grown because now I could show this and you actually show the book.
Oh, and it's not backwards. Yes, you remember that? Those were the good old days.
And one of the person that was watching said, "Hey, did you know that it was backwards?" Well,
yeah.
that was, technology has changed now, and we're taking advantage of that.
We have grown.
And this was her first book, I believe.
Yeah. Wow.
Let me see if you can see that.
Oldie but a goodie. You have to tilt it.
Okay.
The most frequently asked questions about gymnastics. And I was saying on the front cover, because we were looking at this earlier.
That looks like one of our gymnasts.
That looks like my daughter.
He actually does. Mm-hmm. But, she doesn't stand still. I know her for a long time, and she doesn't stand still. So she moved on to other things besides fitness. I mean, this is a fascinating story. Her life is a fascinating story.
Yep.
So besides the film, we're going to talk to her about it when she comes on. Yeah. And there's some things that went on in her life that I don't know if I have that here with me.
What are you looking for? A photo?
Really, like she loves dogs. That's the one. See that?
Sentenced to life in bed, but I escaped. Love that. Love that.
Yeah. And so so she was very sick for a while, and I'm gonna do her video, and then she will be
in the studio with us.
That's right. Okay. Here we go.
Fantastic.
Hi guys.
Oh, good morning.
Hey Sheila, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good.
You're better off giving me a lot more details now.
Spoke about wanting to kill them.
It sure made it seem like there was some kind of little creature and he should go see a doctor. Just kind of like, oh, whatever, go back to sleep. The width of maybe a couple of threads. So I'm definitely thinking, what am I doing here?
And why did you hang up?
Well, I knew I'd be seeing you soon.
It sounds like these installations cause you a lot of stress.
They do. But it's worse when I'm not making anything.
Hey, Henry. A couple of us are going out for drinks later tonight. Would you like to join us?
Well, I appreciate it, but I have work tonight.
Oh, right. The observatory. University of Chicago, right?
Yep, that's the one.
Well, let us know if you make any breakthroughs.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Karen.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Can't hear you.
No, it's this.
Is it muted?
Mhm. Can you hear?
I can hear you guys.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, good.
Okay, welcome back to Tweed Talks, Karen. How have you been?
Good. Busy.
Wonderful. I love the subtle, the subtleness in your acting as I was watching the reel. Love it. Love it.
Oh, thank you.
And I swear I was in that break room on a shoot because it looked just like, I'm like, oh, was I in that room? Some shoot somewhere, I don't know. But it looked very similar.
Trying to remember where that was filmed.
Was that in New Jersey?
Yeah, it was in New Jersey. I think it was actually at one of the newspaper buildings or one of the colleges.
I'm telling you, I was in that room.
So how you been? I know you've been busy.
Very busy.
Doing movies and the escape artist, right? That's
And
the
writing,
one.
Yeah. That's
Tell us a little bit about that.
I didn't hear you.
Oh,
So we're asking about escape artists, and tell us a little bit about escape artists.
Well, it's a short film.
Mhm.
I was sleeping one night and I dreamt of these two characters, the artists. And I originally dreamt that they were changing clothes and then going out there and teasing a cop as far as graffiti. And then I woke up that day and I wrote the script and it just sat there. I wrote it during COVID and it just sat there like in my laptop for a while. Then I was talking to another person in the film industry and she said, well, I know someone who can film it for you because he does black and white films. And I was like, okay. So then she connected me to Lindley Farley, the director. And then she connected me to Ralph Bracco, who played the police officer. And then I said, you know what, you need to do the casting. And she did all of the casting besides playing one of the lead roles. So it's basically a police officer who's depressed, is tricked by two graffiti artists into attending his own birthday party. And it's been in festivals. It won a couple of awards, and we're still waiting to hear from some other festivals to see if it was selected or not.
Wonderful.
Good. And did you select the script first?
I wrote the script. What do you?
Yeah, but did you send it out to different film festivals?
I did send the script first, and then I connected with Diane and Lindley and Ralph, and Andrew Rodney played the other artist, and Anthony Avini gave us his property to use as, the set, and yeah, I did. It was only selected by a handful, the script. I think the actual film is doing better than the script was doing.
That's interesting. But I guess that gives the thought that when you put something to film as opposed to being on paper, it brings it to life. It just gives it a new life.
Yes, definitely.
Hi, Louis.
So you gotta submit that to film festivals that are upstate too, because you and I still haven't met.
Yes, we have.
Yes, we did, in New Jersey. In New Jersey.
Yes.
In New Jersey. At another film screening.
That's right.
We did.
Yeah, that was a good film we saw that night.
You didn't see the video?
Which video?
The promotion.
Oh, okay. So no, I was just gonna finish what I was saying. So yes, regardless of that, so yes, still submit your film to film festivals upstate, because it's such, I'm usually working the film festival circuit up here, so it would great to be, great to see you again.
True.
So besides that, what else have you been doing?
Well, I'm still trying to find a producer for my feature-length film, which is an extension of that Missy's Voice book. In the feature film, you actually see her grow up. She ends up being in her mid-20s by the time the film ends. And when they're adults, the bullies and Missy, they figure out how the parents were all tied together. So it's a bullying story, but it's a bullying story with a twist.
Right. That,
I love that.
yeah. So again, the book is,
Missy's voice. So, what was your process like turning this into a feature-length film?
I felt like I couldn't put the story to rest. I just felt like there was more to tell. The book only goes until she's in about sixth or seventh grade. And then I realized it was based on some of the experiences I had as a child. Not exact, I was a gymnast, she was a singer, that type of thing. But based on that, and I was bullied in high school, but not for a very long time. Once the teachers and principal found out, the girls that were causing the trouble got in big trouble. But in grammar school, they did anything to help me. So I wanted to tell the high school story also because bullying stops when adults listen. But if adults are not listening to what the kids are saying, it's not going to stop and it'll only escalate most of the time. So I did want to show that. And then I realized, their parents are tied together. They should find out eventually how their parents are tied together. And it's not until a college graduation that they find this out. So,
wow.
Yeah.
That is definitely a movie that I would love to see.
Good. Help me find somebody to fund it.
Okay.
We're trying to fund our film right now, but
yeah, so we will definitely continue to help you get the word out about that. So where are you in that process now?
Well, actually before COVID, I did actually have a contract with a production company, but the owner of the company got very sick. And the person who took over the work was telling me that he was communicating with her for about a year. And I found out later on that he never actually did. So the script sat there for a year in her office when I could have been putting it to other producers. So I feel like I'm starting all over with it. I figured I won a couple of contests with the script. It's a little bit more marketable now. I've sent letters to some literary agents. I had one producer tell me that I should make adjustments, but then the adjustments, if I would have made them the way he wanted me to make them, I wouldn't have won one of the awards that I won. And after I won that award, that festival, Red Dragon, asked me to write a monthly blog on script writing. So evidently I did something right if they, asked me to do a monthly, article.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm still trying to promote it, still trying to decide if I really want to try to take it on myself, which is a huge project, or if I want to try to option it out or even sell it. If I sell it, the story won't be told the same way that I would tell it.
Yeah. You always run that risk when, the story, depending on how you want to, which direction you go. But I think one of the great things about being in this community is that, someone might owe you a favor or something like that. So, hey, can you work on my film? Or,
people.
You guilt people into things. You tell them you'll feed them, just all these different things. But, one of the things, and I talked to my husband about this, is that, when this acting community is very tight knit, we're speaking from experience, like up here. So I know, someone is always willing to help. So I know that tends to be a really good route a lot of times as well. But again, funding, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, that's so true. With the short that I just produced, Escape Artists, I told everyone they were not getting paid. The only promise I made them was that I would put it on IMDb and enter it into film festivals. So at the end of the day, I handed 5 of them paychecks, and they were pretty happy. So I over-deliver. So to do that with a feature-length film, it would cost a lot.
Yeah. Huge difference in doing a short.
Yes, definitely different. I'm thinking 6 months of filming every weekend. 20 hours a week. Yeah, I mean, that's what it would take. Unless it was somebody else doing it, then they could film during the week, and it would maybe take 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
There's a guy up here that film, and he mostly does, because he worked during the week. He mostly does it during the weekend, which is and he worked out. He finished quite a few films. He did at least 3 or 4 that way.
Yeah.
So as long as people are committed to doing it, it's feasible. You could do it.
True, it's possible.
Yeah.
My mother always said, growing up, anything is possible.
Yeah.
Smart, very smart.
I see many people do it, for no money, practically. But
yeah, true. You still have to, like Crystal said, you still have to feed them.
Yeah. Well, I'm a good cook.
And that can be expensive too.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you have, you got a vegan on set, you got somebody that has celiac on set, somebody doesn't eat this, someone doesn't eat that, someone's allergic to nuts, so,
Sure. I was pretty lucky with that short film. What?
We're posting something. Let's see.
No.
A photo. Oh my gosh. The dog is so cute.
Did you see that?
No.
Okay.
Let me pull it back up.
Maybe I should put my glasses on so I can see.
Okay.
But no, I still don't see a picture.
You don't see a picture? Wow.
No, I can see the view.
Right in the middle.
Okay, but I still don't see a picture.
Wow.
No.
Very strange. It was a picture of you and the pup and the dog.
She's laying right here on the floor. She's had enough. Yeah, I didn't know if you saw her bugging me when I first sat down. She was pretty, and then she calmed down. Yeah. So she's good now. She's been fed and walked.
And that's the important thing. So none of the pictures are showing up on the screen. That is because then the video played.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but
the video. Okay.
Are you on a phone?
No, I'm actually on a Kindle Fire.
Oh, that's probably.
I tried my laptop, and the laptop froze, and I was like, uh-oh. And I know it would work, but it's too small, so I figured this would work. Okay. And it has good battery life.
Yeah, because usually people could see the photos.
The photos that we post. So Karen, tell me, what are you enjoying more now? Acting or the writing, directing portion of it?
I think it depends on the day. I do like working both sides of the camera. I was a script supervisor also for a feature length film. I spent 5 months doing that, and I loved that. But when we were doing Escape Artists, and I was not on the other side of the camera, I said to myself, I'd like to be on the other side of the camera. But I didn't cast myself in Escape Artists because none of the roles fit me. Mm-hmm. But then Lindley, the director, had me do a scene, and he put me in there anyway. But I purposely didn't cast myself because I'm not a comedian. I'm not an artist. We knew Ralph would be an excellent police officer, and we had perfect people for the roles.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
If I make Missy's voice work, then I will want to play Missy's mother because nobody knows her mother the way I do. So
I bet.
Yeah.
So so I like both. I like both a lot.
Which one would you say is harder?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think acting is harder.
Really?
Yes, because with writing Missy's voice, with writing, I've written so many books and articles for years. Mm-hmm. Even Escape Artists, all of it was written in my head long before I sat down and typed. So once I sat in front of the laptop, I knew exactly what to type. I didn't have any writer's block or anything like that. So for me, the writing part was kind of easy and pretty fun. Acting, a lot goes into it. You know that. You have to play a different person every time you go to a different project. So
That's so interesting.
Acting is more difficult.
Wow, I would definitely say the exact opposite, because but that's because I don't write. I don't write at all. Like people say, oh, maybe you should. I'm like, no, I don't want to write. Like, just give me a script and let me do the script. So I think the reason why I say that is because I don't have any, like, I don't write at all.
Okay,
that's fair. She likes to correct my script.
Well, I can, grammatical errors and punctuation and stuff like that, but actually writing it, and yeah, hats off to you folks that write. That is way out of my wheelhouse.
Well, years ago when I was trying to get into SAG, people said, oh, create your own project, do this, do that. And I used to say, I can't put words in other people's mouths. But with these two projects, it just worked. It just seemed to flow.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we had somebody else that, a guest in the past, that said that, he had quite a few movies that he had made. And he said the same thing that you said. He dreamed about it.
He dreamt about it.
Yeah, he had a dream. I said, where'd you get the idea? I had a dream. And then he did another movie. And I said, where'd you get the idea for that? Oh, well, I had a dream. I had a dream. So it kept coming to him while he was sleeping.
Yeah.
And then he wrote it. And then he shot it.
Yeah.
Literally.
Did you know that when I was a gymnast, I used to dream about skills, and then I would get them?
In gymnastics?
When I was a gymnast, when I was working on a skill for a long time, a couple of times it happened. I had a dream about the skill, then the next day I went into the gym and I was able to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Power of the mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the same way it happened when I did the first time I did a front somersault. It was bothering me so much that the other kids could do it and I couldn't do it, that I used to dream about it every day. And one time I just ran and jumped into my bed, and that was my first contact.
That's cool.
My mom came in and started yelling, "What's going on here?" I landed it, and she went like. So that was my first contact from someone. Harvey Morris is watching. Do you know Harvey?
No. Am I supposed to?
Well,
no.
When you're in the community in like the New York, New Jersey area, like the major city areas, you sort of work with each other on set. So maybe in passing you may have seen him.
I might know him by face, but the name
Louis Bank.
He's a little bit familiar.
Yeah.
He's an actor and a martial artist. He does martial art. He's one of our friends. He's been in New Jersey. He shot a couple of things in New Jersey.
Okay. So you probably have come across him.
It's a great possibility. Those pictures to show. It'd be nice if we can show these pictures.
We showed them, but you couldn't see them.
Yeah. Maybe other people.
Whoever is on, tell us if you can see the photos that we post.
Now I see this one. This is one of my most recent posts.
So Karen, what film festivals have you submitted your projects to?
The next one coming up, the one that just passed this past weekend, was down in West Virginia.
Okay.
The next one is Art is Alive. It's Cindy Mish's festival. It's happening in either Manhattan or Brooklyn. We were in Jersey City. I forgot the name of that one. We were in Long Island, New York Film Festival. That was 2 weeks ago. We were down in Atlantic City, the Atlantic City Cinefest. And we're still waiting to hear from several more. I'm really hoping to get into the Golden Door and the Garden State Film Festivals, because I've been to both of those, as a spectator or guest or whatever you want to, call those of us who go and watch. And I loved both of them. And I know, some of the people that work those festivals, and they were all really nice people. So I hope to get into those two. And I've also submitted to festivals in LA and Hollywood, couple up in Canada, and upstate New York. So I submitted to a lot of them.
Yeah.
You should definitely submit to the Woodstock Film Festival. Beautiful.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's beautiful in Woodstock. It is.
Do you know when Woodstock was happening? I was a baby. We were coming home from Lake George. My mother said we got stuck in all of that traffic on the way home. My parents had no idea it was going to be that crowded up there.
Yeah. From what we're told, people just left their cars and walked the rest of the way to the festival. Crazy. Left their cars on the side of the road.
Wow.
We are a couple of minutes from there. We live in the same road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to go see the original site of Woodstock and you're in the area, let us know.
Let us know.
Isn't it just an open field?
That's away.
Oh.
It's too bad you can't see this picture because I wanted you to. Well,
I see that one. That's my lymphedema book.
Yeah.
So it's your book, Lymphedema: Sentenced to Life in Bed, but I Escaped. I think you want to chat a little bit about that. That's what you're.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, why not, right? So the surgery was in 1991 on Halloween Day. October is a life-changing month for me, it seems. So that was 1991, Halloween Day. They told me I'd be bedridden for the rest of my life. And it was the doctor was sort of correct. I was in bed like 20 hours a day for the first year. I wasn't allowed to work out or anything. It took me months to go back to my own gym and start coaching again. So they were kind of correct, but I'm living a full life. So I'm not bedridden for the rest of my life the way they made me believe. And it was really, as a 25-year-old, it was really depressing to hear that, because I was bodybuilding, squatting 225 pounds, and I was coaching, and I was doing fitness training and living on my own in an apartment, and I was just totally living a full life. And then I, hit that brick wall of, you're going to be bedridden for the rest of your life. And it was horrible, but I still have difficulty. I still maintain, lymphedema. People don't even realize that I have lymphedema because I'm so disciplined and I maintain it so well. But if I didn't, then my leg would be as wide as my waist.
Wow. So tell us what you do for that as far as fitness and diet. Tell us what you do.
It's really, both of those play into it a lot. But more importantly, it's elevating my leg whenever I'm not standing. And it's also wearing compression socks or stockings. That's why if you ever see me in a dress, I have what looks like pantyhose on. Those are actually compression stockings to prevent my leg from swelling. So, yeah, that's more important than any exercise, really. But I do exercise, obviously. I still work out. I don't work out anywhere near as hard as I did back when I was young, but I still exercise. I swim a lot. Swimming is the best exercise for lymphedema. You're horizontal, so you're basically elevating your leg and you're moving it at the same time, and there's no impact. So that's what pushes the fluid out of the limb. So yes, important.
And are you still dancing?
I haven't danced since before COVID because I moved south. I bought a condo. Yeah. And I haven't found a good dance studio down by me that does Saturday evening socials. So, yeah, I'm still looking. The studio I used to go to, they're not doing too many socials anymore. And the other two studios are only doing Friday nights. And with my work schedule, it hasn't happened. So, yeah, I'm not dancing right now, but I'm still searching for a place.
So where did what town are you in now?
I'm down in Brick,
Brick, okay.
exit 89 off the Garden State. Everybody tells you what exit they're off in New Jersey.
Oh, really?
It's like a
that's
New Jersey.
We are exit 104 off of 17.
We are by Worcester.
We're by, well, Bethel. We're by
Yeah,
Bethel.
Bethel.
Bethel, New York. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does auditions look like for you? Are you going into in-person auditions now, or are you still doing stuff at home?
No, the last thing I did was actually the Gilbert Diaries, and he was just in the Chelsea Film Festival. It was originally a series. I was in the second episode, and last year that episode won some awards at the Chelsea Film Festival. But then he decided to put all of the episodes, or not all of them, I guess pieces from each episode into a film. So this year he went to the Chelsea Film Festival with the actual film instead, and he said it did really well. So that's the last thing I did besides my own project. I haven't been in Manhattan since before COVID.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Billions actually called me back. But I hate to say it, they want people that are vaccinated, and they want people to test like the day before and try and then test when you get there. And it's still this whole big extra COVID thing. And I can't take 2 days in a row off of work on a weekday, especially with my job. You know, taking one day off here and there, that's doable. But to take 2 days in a row off, or to take a day off, like a Monday off, and then go and film on a Wednesday, I can't do that.
Right.
So I just can't fill all their, new requirements.
Yeah, I had to do that for the last film that I was in.
Yeah.
Testing every day.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind that. It's just that I can't really do it because now I work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday.
Right.
Take 2 days off within 1 week, and on a pretty short notice, I just can't. So
yeah, because once they book you, they said you have to COVID test 2 days before that. So yeah, it's a lot, especially if you're commuting into the city.
Yes. Well, they want you to go to Brooklyn to do it, and I'm an hour and a half to 2 hours away from Brooklyn each way.
Right? They want you to go to Steiner or something like that. It's always somewhere.
One of the other studios, yeah, one of the other studios in Long Island City.
Oh gosh.
Yes. So that's a trip. So to do that twice in 1 week, and it's not like you can work a half a day and then go. It's that is your day if you're doing a film job. You know that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I haven't done anything other than my own project and Gilbert Diaries.
Where did you shoot your project?
In Queens.
Okay.
Yeah. It was mostly on private property. We used one street. And most of the people that worked on the project were from Long Island and Queens. That's why we did it there.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
Only a couple of us traveled from New Jersey.
So that's awesome.
Yeah. I had another question and I completely slipped my mind. It'll come back to me.
Yeah, we figured that we knew you, so we didn't write any questions down.
Well, we wanted to talk about the new project.
Yeah, that's what we wanted to talk about.
And the film stuff. So, that was the most important thing.
What are you doing now for work?
I left my coaching job to go back into the legal industry. So now I'm doing paralegal work Monday through Friday. I'm still doing private training on Sundays though. So, but not every Sunday. I took yesterday off. So I needed the day off. But I'm not coaching full time anymore. And I do miss it a lot. But at least I'm doing some private training on Sundays, like I said.
Yeah.
For that,
it's I come up and help us.
If you were I absolutely would. One of my previous bosses asked if I could go in like on a Thursday night or something, and I was like, I can't. You're an hour north of where I work.
Right.
You know, I live 40 minutes south of where I work. I wouldn't get there until 8 o'clock at night.
Oh
So
my
by the
God.
time I come home and feed the dog and stuff, so
Mhm. Yeah,
yeah.
we need to clone you. We need to clone ourselves so we can be in all these different places at once.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. True.
Well, listen, people that are watching us on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
The link down there. I don't know where it's at.
Karen, do you have a link tree with all of your links?
Yes.
Well, my blog, it's my name, KarenGoeller.com. That's KarenGoeller.com. And on that blog, you can find information on my film work, on my books, on my private training. Yeah, that's about it.
Wonderful.
So,
We'll make
yeah.
it easy. So I just put that in the comments for everyone. And Karen, we'll make sure we keep following you because we want to know how the upcoming projects are going. We want to see that the wonderful Missy's Voice full length come to fruition. I'm really, really excited about that.
Yes.
I'd love to do that too. Thanks.
So thank you once again for joining us on Tweed Talks. It was great to have you on as a second time guest.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
You're very
awesome.
welcome, Karen. Have a great night.
Thanks, you too.
All right.
Bye.
So
Wonderful.
she's such a nice lady.
Mhm.
I mean, I know her for such a long time. We didn't get, we wanted to talk mostly about her film that came out, and we did that, and that's good. So you guys make sure that you go on her
The website, yes. I put it right in the comments for everyone
right there,
to see that.
and then the bottom.
And once we log out of this video and we post it officially to our YouTube channel, all that information will be there, her website and all that good stuff. So you guys can her social media info as well, so you guys can follow her on her socials.
Yeah. The people that doing like CrossFit and things like that, they owe a lot to her.
You did. I think you mentioned that during the first interview, though. Yeah.
Because a lot of people that are doing CrossFit,
the swing set, gymnastics, the swing set
things
thing.
like that.
Yeah.
So make sure you go and check that out. I have that book too, but I didn't bring it out.
We have to bring them when we see her next time and just have her sign all of them. All of them.
I think some of them are.
Is this one autographed? This one's not.
What?
So definitely this one.
Yeah. When we see her, we'll get a sign. Okay, people. So thank you for joining us.
Thank y'all.
And we have some more exciting show. And show that you enjoyed this one. Make sure you go and check out her books. KarenGoeller.com.
You guys enjoy this crazy, bizarre spring-like weather we're having in, dare I say it, November. Because Thanksgiving is coming up in a few weeks. Yes, let me mention this. Tuesday night coming, if you are local, Pedro is going to be speaking at the Crawford Library. His talk is going to be about giving thanks.
In difficult times.
And giving thanks in difficult times. Thank you. So I'm really excited about that. And if you guys are local, I will post that information because there's a link you'll have to sign up.
And if you have seen some of my other talk, this one is completely new.
Completely new. Fresh information.
Right.
I haven't even heard it yet. So I don't know what he's going to say.
You got to come and find out.
I got to come and find out.
All right. So thank you very much. And as always, love, peace, and harmony.
Have a good night.
Good night.